Aaron Rodgers' return didn't go exactly as planned, unless, of course, you're a Panthers fan. Then it went great. Rodgers had 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Last time he threw 3 picks, 2009. Much better day for Cam Newton, 242 yards, 4 touchdowns. So the Panthers go to 10-4. Packers all but eliminated from the playoffs at 7-7. Here's Aaron Rodgers after the game.
I felt good all week in practice. Just missed some throws. I'm just obviously hold myself to a high standard, and this comes in well below those standards.
All right, CC, was this more about rust for Aaron Rodgers, or was this a statement about how good this Panthers defense is?
Well, if you look at all the interceptions Aaron Rodgers threw, one of them he had a little pressure in his face, but all 3 of them were underthrown. 2 of them he had either a potential touchdown or a huge play for the Green Bay Packers. He just underthrew. Now, Aaron said in the interview he felt great during the week of practice. Yes, but overall muscle strength as far as his shoulder, all right?
Did he underestimate
He's been out.
that?
He didn't underestimate it, but you can't do the same weight training when you got 12 screws and 2 plates in your shoulder. So, yes, you can rehab, but how much strength training was he able to do to be able to play in an NFL game? And that's what I didn't see. He didn't have the velocity on those long throws, which to me are a case of the injury and not being able to be at full strength. That's not an excuse. On those 2 long throws, he was not rushed. He typically would overthrow that compared to underthrow it. The other one, he had a guy in his face. He was trying to make a play. The 3rd interception, which I could understand. But no, this is rust, not being able to play, and also arm strength, which we know he has potentially either the strongest or definitely the most strongest and accurate arm that we've seen.
I want to give the Carolina Panthers an enormous amount of credit here. They blitzed Aaron Rodgers in this game more than any team's ever blitzed him. He faced blitz 31 times, as a career high.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him credit for those interceptions, though, because based on the replay, they didn't force them.
Okay, well, here's what I know, is that the Panthers, they blitzed Rodgers more than ever been blitzed in his career, and he threw more interceptions against the blitz than he's thrown against the blitz in the last 30 games. They knew going into the game, the last time he came off the broken collarbone, he had a multiple turnover game. That's what we talked about on Friday. That he was still threw 2 touchdowns in that game. This one he threw 3. He still made big plays, but he was more careless with, I don't know if careless is the right word. He was less precise with the football than you're used to seeing from regular Aaron Rodgers. Like, I didn't look at those as totally unforced errors. I looked at the Panthers defense as having something to do with at least 2 of those.
Well, when you watch the video, they only had something to do. Guy flashed on the last one, the one he threw sidearm. The other 2, he underthrew the guys that were wide open.
Oh, okay. Well,
and there was no defender in front of Aaron Rodgers when he was throwing the football.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about this more later in the show. I thought listen, we try to give credit where it's due. I thought the Panthers were great in this game, and I thought they took advantage of a game that they had to win. And it's unfortunate for football fans because now the Packers are not going to be a playoff team, and that's a fun team to watch.
And the other thing we're going to talk about is whether we think Aaron Rodgers should continue to play once the Packer team is mathematically eliminated. The other side of this game, let's check out a moment from Cam Newton. The microphones caught Cam having an exchange with Clay Matthews before his first touchdown pass. Pay close attention here. The yellow text is what Clay Matthews is yelling. The white text is Cam. Take a look.
It's that wheel route. It's that wheel route.
Watch your field, bud. That's cool. Watch this. Ready.
Ready. So, first of all, I give Cam a hard time sometimes for the antics and all of it. But there is no one in the NFL that appears to enjoy playing the game more than Cam Newton during the game when they are playing well, indeed. But how dangerous are the Panthers after what you
I mean, when they're
saw?
playing, this is when Cam plays like he did Sunday, they are as dangerous as any team in the league. Now, the knock on them all year has been you have no idea if Cam's going to play that way or not, and that's a fair knock on them. But when they play like that, they can be, Cece, you and I watched this game together, like they were in full control until the very, very end when they almost lost it. They can beat anybody because the defense is a top 5 defense, and when Cam's playing like that, man, they have a good running game, and when Cam's throwing well, they can beat you in the passing game, and that was cool that they did a little adjustment on Clay Matthews.
Yeah, they didn't actually make an adjustment. The play Cam and them had was a different play. Now, all the time, defensive players are yelling what they think the play is going to be. They're not always right, okay? But in film study, based on the backs and everything, he was guessing this is what they typically run. Now, Cam and them, they didn't run the back on a wheel route. They ran him on an angle. Cam didn't go to an audible. They had the right play call from the beginning. So if it was a
wheel route, he would have just run it anyway? And the Packers would have known it?
He would have had to. He couldn't change it without Cam knowing. Like, you just can't go on the fly. So this is a great communication they got from the field. A lot of this happens more than people realize, but it was nice that we got the audio of it.
All right, coming up, the Steelers lost, but are they still the best team in the AFC? We'll break it down again next on First Things First.